Hi. I guess I'm doing this one solo again because Gimpy over there has something else he needs to do. So I don't know. I think we've covered TNA sufficiently for the evening, and all the bitching and moaning we've done about TNA. Just did a little ROH review, so that's pretty cool. Ring of Honor is awesome. I love it. Gonna watch some more right after this. Haven't really talked about WWE tonight, though, so let's talk a little bit about WWE. Now, I've stopped watching all televised wrestling, actually, in the past, say, 6 months, unless I decide to go look something up on YouTube or something like that, pick something up on DVD. I do not regularly follow Raw and SmackDown anymore. I'll read the results, but I don't really, part of that is because I don't have cable. The Rock coming back actually made me wish I had Raw. But, I got to see his promo on YouTube and stuff and didn't have to sit through, Vladimir Kozlov dancing or whatever it is they do. So, I did want to talk a little bit about WrestleMania because WrestleMania is coming up, and Eric and I always watch WrestleMania every year, even if we ordered no pay-per-view that year, we usually order the Rumble and we always order Mania. If we don't order anything else, that's what we do. But it's a little bit different this year, just for me, and probably I'm pretty sure for him too, because we haven't been watching the show, and this is the first year where we haven't been watching the show leading up to Mania, really. So it's interesting, and I think last year obviously we had the WrestleMania 26 experience we actually attended, so that was something totally different from any other thing. But up to and including WrestleMania 25 and I think 26 as well, we were watching the program and had some idea of what was happening. So this year, not so much. I mean, I follow stuff, and I know what the card is. I know that John Cena is taking on The Miz for the title. I don't really have any interest. I mean, I have some interest in that, I guess, but, either way it goes down, whether if Miz retains, that'll kind of piss me off because I'm not really a big fan of Miz as the champion. And if Cena wins, then what is that? That's Cena winning another title and winning another WrestleMania match. It's not really much to speak of, and granted, I'm sure that the build-up has been really good. I'm sure that the mic work has been good, the promos have probably been good. Not sure really what angle they've been going there with it, if they've been doing, a Triple H, Randy Orton style home invasion, or I kind of doubt it, but whatever. I'm sure Michael Cole has been involved in some way. It doesn't matter. The point is that, as a casual fan, I'm certainly not excited. As a casual WWE fan, I'm really not excited about the match. But it is interesting, and I'm glad Miz, I guess, is getting his shot at WrestleMania, just because it's at least some young talent is getting pushed, even though in my opinion it's not the right young talent. Mike Mizanin is not a wrestler. Mike Mizanin is an actor, and saying truthfully that he's improved in the ring, which he has, but that doesn't make him a wrestler. Being better in the ring than he was when he came in doesn't make him a wrestler. He's still an actor, and he has absolutely no business holding the WWE Championship. And frankly, the fact that he has held it for as long as he has, and at all, and that he's holding it at Mania, really devalues the title and makes the title less important, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others that I've talked to. We've also got Edge against Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm a little bit more interested in this one. I think these two guys will put on a good match. I like Del Rio. I'm wondering if they're going to give him the title at Mania. If do they like him enough to give him the title at Mania? I'm thinking they do. I think they do give it to him. Personally, I think they're really high on him right now, and good for him. I mean, he's a good wrestler. He's a good personality. He's basically JBL, but I like JBL, so I'm okay with that. So, good. I'll watch that one. I'm kind of excited about that one. I mean, Edge is my favorite wrestler, so it's always nice to see him on television. Although I really wish they would decide if he's a heel or a face already, please. It almost feels like TNA over here without, TNA trying to figure out if they're wrestlers or heels or faces. Who knows what AJ Styles or Hernandez is these days as far as that's concerned. Then, of course, we've got the Undertaker Triple H match. What can you say about it? I mean, they obviously were scrambling. They were scrambling to find an Undertaker opponent this year. They didn't have anything lined up. Earlier in the year, the word was they were going to give it to Barrett. In 2010, I mean. They were going to give it to Barrett. That didn't happen. They felt that Barrett wasn't ready, or they didn't want to do it, or they didn't want to have him lose, and they weren't prepared to let him win. Because I don't think they're prepared to let anyone beat Taker at Mania. And certainly not somebody as green as Wade Barrett. So they didn't want him to lose, I guess, to hurt his cred or something. Whatever, he's out. And then, of course, there was the talk that Sting was going to show up, and that would have been really cool, I think, if Sting showed up to Wrestle Taker at Mania. The match would not have been great, but the images and the storyline leading into it, it would have been a great thing to see Sting finally in the WWE ring at WrestleMania, wrestling The Undertaker. Would have been great. That didn't happen. Sting's back in TNA. He's the champion. So, instead, we've got Triple H's return, and once again a Undertaker rematch from a previous WrestleMania. Although I understand that Vince McMahon and the rest of I think it's probably Vince McMahon has an edict now that the Wrestle 17 match never happened, which is good. I mean, it's the right thing to do. As far as promoting the show is concerned, it's the right thing to do. You don't want to remind people that the match has already happened. But then again, I mean, you think they're going to forget? I mean, it's especially because it happened at Mania 17, which is the one that most people remember. Mania 17 is one of the most remembered shows, one of the most talked about Manias. It's lauded as one of the greatest WrestleManias, if not the greatest WrestleMania of all time. So, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously the kids don't know, and you don't want to tell the kids, so that's fine. But, I mean, just like TNA seems to be I don't know who. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I don't know who TNA is marketing for, but WWE is marketing primarily to kids these days. So there's that, but they should acknowledge they have another market, and that other market is perfectly aware that Undertaker has already beaten Triple H at WrestleMania. So really, I'm not really sure about this one, just because it's like, I've seen it before. I mean, I've seen WrestleMania 17. I've seen these two guys go at it when they were in their prime. I'm not sure I'm interested in watching them go at it when they're old. It's just, I mean, we all know Taker's going to win, and if he doesn't, then I'll be pissed. This is one case. Usually I'm a big fan of saying that Undertaker should lose at WrestleMania. I've always, for years now, I've wanted Undertaker to lose at WrestleMania, except to like Mark Henry. But Triple H should not be beating Undertaker at WrestleMania. If he does, then I'll be really kind of pissed, because that's just a total waste of that thing. But he won't. Don't worry about it. He won't. He's not gonna lose. Undertaker's not gonna lose at Mania. But it's just another, like, whenever Taker has repeat opponents, I think it's only happened once before with Kane. But whenever Undertaker has repeat WrestleMania opponents, it just some of the luster is lost. Some of the whole thing of like, will he be the one to do it is just kind of gone. I mean, I guess the exception to that would be Shawn Michaels, just because everybody wanted to see. They had the streak versus career thing, which was really good, and everybody wanted to see their rematch. In that case, it was the following year. Taker Michaels 2 happened the year after Taker Michaels 1, so you had that kind of consecutive element thing going for it, which you don't really have here. Anyway, to be perfectly honest, I'm not quite sure what's happening on the rest of the card. I know that Daniel Bryan is taking on Sheamus for the U.S. title. That should be... I don't know what that's going to be. I'm not a big Sheamus fan. I don't think he can work. His last appearance at WrestleMania was against someone who really can work, and they still made it a crap match. And I was there, and it was a crap match. I was at WrestleMania 26, and Sheamus Triple H sucked. Sucked. Watching it on DVD later, it sucked even more. So, Sheamus, whatever. I'm not a fan. I don't really think he should be there, but there you go. Really, what else is going on? I mean, we got Trish Stratus teaming up with who is it? Kelly? I want to say it's Trish Stratus and Kelly teaming up against Lay Cool. Which that's fine. I mean, it's good. It's going to be good to see Trish wrestle again, but it's at the same time it seems like kind of a wank just because Trish is back. Yay, the greatest women's wrestler ever, the greatest female wrestler ever to step into a WWE ring is back in action against the people they currently have wrestling in their women's division. It means nothing because their women's division is garbage, and frankly, I'm kind of surprised Trish even agreed to come back. Oh, hey, speaking of garbage and women, Ric Flair is doing a little, ladies' man angle on TV right now. Anyway, so there's that. It'll be fun to see Trish. It'll be good. That's all I really. As far as I know, there's no Money in the Bank this year because since they've established it as its own pay-per-view in the summer, they're not going to have it at WrestleMania anymore, which I think is a real shame. I think that's really a huge loss. Part of the reason I'm not interested. The main buzz about Mania this year is that The Rock is the host, and it's also the fact that Austin's going to be there as a special guest referee in the Cole Lawler match, which it's not, Austin will be there. Great. I mean, it's been a while since we had Austin at Mania, so that's a good thing. But it's not worth it. Rock obviously being the host is the main thing. He's going to have a lot of great promos. He's probably going to do something with Austin. It'll be fun. He's going to be fun. He'll probably get involved in Cena in some way. That's going to be good. But it's not a strong card, guys. It's not a strong card this year, and I think one of two things will happen. One of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to knock our socks off, because I'm going to watch it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watch WrestleMania every year. This year will be no exception. I sat through WrestleMania 23. I can sit through this. And 19, for the record. But, either it's going to be really, really good and the world will be shocked because they will have pulled it out and it's going to be fantastic, or it will go down in the record books as one of the lackluster, poorly thrown together WrestleManias. And so that's kind of my take on it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not really thrilled about it. So I'm much more excited about Honor Takes Center Stage the Friday and Saturday before Mania, because that's going to be some good shit. So, till then, peace out, and catch you on our next video, whatever happens.